Another one of the navigators that defers creation is the Accordion Container. First, I will delete the tabbed navigator, and next bring an Accordion Container up. Now with the accordion, it contains a number of panes, and each one of the panes can be declared, given a name or a title of, and then interacted with. If we go to the source of this, we'll notice that there's a number of Navigator content components inside of the accordion. And like the tab Navigator component, these are not actually instantiated in memory, or rather content on them is not actually instantiated in memory until the specific component is used. So if we go back and run this program again, we'll notice that the accordion displays by default with 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and we can switch these down. This is very useful for using numerous controls or logical groupings of controls. For instance, if you're walking somebody through the form of filling out their personal information, you may get their name and address on this one, their medical history on the next one, and perhaps on the third one get their employment history. Logical divisions in these are, of course, up to the application author. Now, in each of these panes, you can programmatically reference it as well. What we're going to do is give it an identifier. In this case, accordion. I'm now going to introduce below this another construct, which is a component, and this one is called a horizontal group. An H group is a container that usually doesn't do anything to itself other than lay out whatever its children components are, and inside the children components they'll lay out horizontally. So I'll add 3 buttons to these. As you can see, the spell complete, or the type complete, is very, very easy to use when you start typing faster with Adobe Flash Builder. This one will be panel 1. And then basically we're going to capture the click event of the button and do an inline reference to the selected index. Now remember, most indexes in Flex start with a 0-based reference. Because we're inside of already a quotation mark, I'm not going to add another quotation mark around the 0, which would normally be the syntax you would use for such a command. We'll make a couple more of these buttons. And this again is done by holding down the Alt and Command key and using the down arrow. And we'll use the indexes 1 and 2. So notice the offset between the label we put on it, because most people logically start counting at 1. And now let's run this. Oops. Before we run this, we should probably lay out our horizontal group, because we haven't given it any instructions as to where to place it. So it's up here at the top. Well, this is just an experiment, not designed to look pretty. And it's run. You can see here that I can programmatically control it by the 3 buttons at the top. So there's 2 components in play here. One is the horizontal group. There's also a vertical group if you wish to lay content out vertically and let Flash Builder do this automatically for you. And the second is the accordion. And the accordion basically, as a container, allows you to place logical grouped sets of other components inside the container and, of course, control them remotely.